and we're going to be making butter, to think about how we can change different chemicals and different substances just by doing simple things, in this case, shaking them. So all you're going to need is a container of heavy cream and some kind of leak-proof jar. In this case, I'm going to use a mason jar, which looks like this. You're going to take your heavy cream and you're going to fill your jar just about halfway. Doesn't matter how much you use. We're not trying to make butter for an entire village, just enough butter so that you can see the change. Pour your cream into your jar. I think that should be just about good for what I'm going to use it for. Put your lid on, as tight as you can. You might need your parents to help you get it tight enough. And then you're just going to start shaking it. And we're going to shake it for a long time. So this might be a fun activity to do with maybe somebody else in your house. I will give you a hint. If you start with cream that has been on the counter for a little while, this will go a lot faster than if you start with cold cream. And what you'll start to notice is that cream is kind of viscous, meaning it'll stick to the side. And slowly it will slide down the side, but you'll see that because of its viscosity, or its like stickiness, it stays stuck. So just keep shaking. Let's check and see how we're doing here. It hasn't been very long, so not anticipating. Oh, you can see it's starting to get a little bit frothy. So if you can see, my cream was way down here, and now my line for my cream is up here because it's gotten a lot. I've agitated it, so now there's air that's getting in between the molecules of the cream. So it's getting frothy. Whew. It's a good arm workout. Might be fun to put on some music and dance around as you make your butter. Find something with a good beat, maybe. All right, let's let it settle. Let's see if we're getting any higher. Oh, it looks like maybe we whipped it up to here. Very good. So our goal is we want to, cream has two things. So it has liquid and it has fat. And we're trying to separate the fat from the liquid, which in this case will make buttermilk. And if you've ever had buttermilk pancakes or buttermilk biscuits, this is very similar to what's in there. A long time ago, before you could just go to the grocery store and buy butter, people would go buy cream. They would put it into a big cylinder, even bigger than this, like 2 or 3 feet. And there would be a big stick that stuck out of the top, and you would pound the stick up and down like this for a really long time. And that's how you would make butter. Most of us just go to the store now. We're back, and you can see that this is starting to get kind of thick. See how it sticks to the lid of my jar? And if you look, it looks a little bit like mayonnaise. It's not mayonnaise, but it looks like mayonnaise. It's getting very thick. All right, here we go. Back to shaking. Now you can see how it's rising up and sticking to the jar. We're getting there. So heavy cream is also how you can make your own whipped cream at home. So if you like putting whipped cream on top of desserts or fruits, you can do the same thing that we're doing now. You just want to stop it when it can do what's called form a hard peak. And a hard peak, do you see how that sticks up and doesn't fall? So if I put my finger in it, which I'm not gonna do because we're making butter, if I put my finger in it, pulled up, and it kept that ridge, you have a hard peak. And that you can use for whipped cream. Most people do that and then add a little bit of sugar to it to make it a little bit sweet. Almost, look at that peak. It's getting thicker and thicker. After another minute of shaking, here's where we are now. I don't know if you can see it, but you'll see that it starts to get like a little bit grainy and it all kind of starts to move to the bottom. This is the beginnings of creme fraiche, which is a unique product that you can get in the store, and it's a little bit like soft, very soft, soury butter, which is delicious in certain things. All right, here we go. Can you imagine if you had to do this for butter every time? So you'll see here, see how it's starting to pull away? So I know we're getting ready to get our ball of butter is getting started. So once you see that, you are on the right track. So what we're doing is called mechanical change. The mechanical change, mechanical motion allows you to make a change to whatever it is you're moving. You'll see that it's up at the top now. There are the beginnings. Getting nice and hard. So I can get it towards the bottom. There we go. Okay, 4 more minutes of shaking, and here's where we are. See, my ball of butter has started to form, and you can see some of the liquid on the side. That's the buttermilk. So we just keep going. Because what you're looking for is a solid ball with all of the buttermilk separated. Hear the difference? Hear that water coming out instead of it being a plunk? There, you see how the buttermilk's coming out? You see your butter in the middle? Got it. All right. Almost there. Ooh, smells like butter. I don't know why I held that up. I don't think you can smell it from where you are. We want to keep agitating until we get it all out. There we go. So I'm going to get a strainer and I'm going to strain it out. And my butter is going to go in a bowl with some ice water. So I have a bowl of ice water and I have a plain empty bowl, and I'm going to strain my butter and let all the buttermilk run into one bowl using a little sieve, a little strainer. So you see there's the butter at the bottom. My butter looks a little bit wet, so I'm going to shake it just a little bit more. See if I can get it. Oh, see? A little bit more buttermilk was still in there. Let's drain that. And you can see in my strainer, there's my butter. I'll put that in some cold water. So this is buttermilk, and you can save that and use it for biscuits or pancakes or any of those delicious recipes that call for buttermilk. I'll wash my hands so I can form my butter and have it ready to go. My butter's making funny noises. Squeeze it, get all that buttermilk out. Because you don't want buttermilk in your butter because it'll make your butter go bad faster. All right, you can see now I have a whole ball of butter, which I will put in this container, and then I can add anything I want to it because it's still soft enough to move it around. I look forward to seeing what you create, and for those of you who don't create anything at all, thank you so much for joining me. I hope one day, if you get a chance, if you have a few minutes, you'll make some butter of your own so you know how easy it'll be. See you soon.
We want to know how you and your family are enjoying this recipe and making it together. So tag us. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Pilot Light Chefs, #PLFamilyMeal.